As college students head back to school, new concerns about what kind of impact the coronavirus will have. Some health experts warning that colleges have become the new COVID hotspot, likening them to meatpacking plants and even nursing homes. To meet the challenge, one university is installing COVID-19 screening stations in high-traffic areas, such as the campus food court, that are designed to read a person's temperature, read their heart rate and respiratory rate, and it can do it from 3 to 4 feet away. So could we see this being rolled out nationwide? Joining us now is CEO of the company behind these stations, Cameron Chell. He is the CEO for Business Instincts Group. Good to see you. Thanks so much. Talk to me a little bit about this. Cameron, it's good to see you again. I know a lot of colleges are looking for answers. A lot of schools, quite frankly, are looking for answers in how to get everyone back and keeping them safe at the same time. Why could this be the game changer?
Well, Draganfly is one of the oldest operating commercial drone manufacturers in the world, and we have a long history of building AI and sensors. And we're a public company. DFLYF is our symbol. ASU is a fantastic partner for us because they have taken all the additional steps in order to put a safe campus in place. And what these screening stations do is they voluntarily, from a distance, can monitor somebody's temperature, but that may be an asymptomatic condition. So it can also monitor or measure their heart rate, their respiratory rate, and their O2 level. If right at that point there is a concern, so if any number of those are elevated according to the AI and such, then they immediately go to testing, and they go to a 15-minute testing protocol. And so not only has ASU had testing for everybody that came in, but now they have a screening method that they can then be tested on an ongoing basis. For the first time, a college or university is getting real-time data throughout the day on how many people are screening, how many people are testing hot, how many people may be in an infectious condition, how many people are wearing masks. We also have social distancing kiosks there that actually measure and show if everybody is social distancing. And so according to Dr. Ross, this has been a godsend for the university and is allowing them to stay for the first time ahead of the curve. This is the protocols that we think need to be in place to protect colleges.
I'm going to follow through with you on this because I'm not a science guy, and I'm watching the screen. We're showing some B-roll of how exactly this works. So let's say you found someone that their temperature is up, or there's some abnormalities that show that this person possibly could be affected by COVID-19. Is there someone that you send out immediately to that exact person, or those 3 people that you see? Does someone go to them and say, hey, come with me? Like, how would that work? What would be the next step if you did see the signs of COVID?
Yeah, so at a main location coming into a student union building, there or a cafeteria or maybe an auditorium or a stadium, there actually would be a medical personnel there, so that if somebody is testing potentially infectious, then right at that moment they can be taken to testing. The system itself doesn't gather any personal information. It doesn't identify anybody, so it can't go out after the fact and find somebody or such. Somebody has to be there in order then to proceed with the protocol. Now, there are other stations set up throughout the campus which are voluntary as well, which allow people to then do a quick self-screen, and then at that point they can go off and get a test themselves. Now, the real advantage of having them all over the campus is that as people go and self-screen, the campus gets population data throughout the day to see if their policies are working. And so they can tell whether they need to enforce a mask policy or how harshly they need to enforce it, or can they ease restrictions, or do they need to go into a lockdown, or whatever the case is. But again, for the first time, a facility is able to start to make decisions proactively rather than wait to see how many cases show up, which we all know by that time it's just too late.
Yeah, well, all eyes on ASU, and if this works out, perhaps others as well. Keep us posted. I'd like to check in with you maybe through the semester and find out. Cameron Chell joining us live. Good to see you, Cameron.